have faith in each other. If they do that, it helps them on the offensive side as well, turning those defensive plays into offensive production. We're underway here in the Peterson Event Center. Miami is in the orange uniforms today. Panthers in the home whites. Looks like Pittsburgh Brienne opening up in a 2-3 zone look.
Yeah, Panthers starting in their 2-3. They have to watch for number 14, Haley Cavinder, as their knockdown three-point shooter.
The Hurricanes, meanwhile, applying some full-court pressure out of the get-go here. The Canes have used the same starting lineup all season long. That did not change today. Same starting five for Miami includes Harding, Cavinder, Williams, Pendande, and area vets. Three ball for Maliyah Johnson is good. Panthers respond and even the score.
Maliyah Johnson off to a good start for the Panthers, showing she can give a little bit of what Haley Cavinder gives to this Miami program.
Haley Cavinder shooting over 40% from three-point range on the season. There's an offensive rebound down low by Destiny Hardin, and ultimately tipped away by the Panthers. Will stay down here with Miami ball.
And the Panthers look like they're going to stay in their zone on this under-out-of-bounds play here, as communication is going to be key for the Pitt Panthers if they're staying in that zone.
Brown pokes it away from Pendande. Strickland pushing tempo up to Brown, draws the contact, foul is called.
And that's what Brown is great at. She little hustle plays here and there on the offensive and the defensive end. She gets her hand in on the defensive end, just pokes the basketball away for her teammate to get the steal there, and then she gets out in transition for a nice get herself to the free throw line.
To the line for the Panthers, number 5, Amber Brown.
Amber Brown making her 94th career start today. She has started every game of her career for the Pitt Panthers. Senior from Monroe, Louisiana.
Yeah, talk about making a mark on this Panthers program here. Starting every game of your career is quite impressive.
Goes 1 of 2 from the line. Cavinder found a cutting Williams, but she walked with it.
Pitt forcing a couple early turnovers for Miami, trying to change the speed of the game, as that's Miami's bread and butter, is turning you over.
Talked to Pitt assistant coach Brianna Kiesel before the game today, and she mentioned the team is locked in, focused, excited. They came out a little bit flat against Wake Forest on the road on Thursday and looking for redemption here today. Again, both these teams looking for a first ACC win of the season, as Amber Brown is called for a travel. And
Pitt extending their pressure a little bit here as well. Still staying in their zone. .14 to shoot for the Hurricanes. Cavinder goes cross-court, area vets. Wide open Cavinder, top of the arc, three ball is good. Haley Cavinder, 2 for 2 from beyond the arc to start the day. And that is too easy. That's like a layup for Haley Cavinder. They have to find her on the three-point line, especially if they're going to stay in this 2-3 zone. They have to communicate and get their hand out and find her on the three-point line. Cavinder, the transfer from Fresno State, feeds inside that time to Pendande for the 2. Nice entry post there. Pendande shows both shoulders as a guard. If you see two shoulders, get her the basketball inside and she makes you pay. Brown penetrates and kicks to the cutter King, but another travel called against Brown and the Panthers. That'll be their second turnover of the contest. A lot of turnovers to start this game in this first quarter. New Year's Day. Of course, players got a little bit of a holiday break. Back in action here in 2023. Both these teams played on Thursday as well. Miami was home against Notre Dame, nearly knocked off the 5th-ranked Fighting Irish, but came up just short and lost by 3. Strickland steps back, finds Leah 2 King. Drives into contact, but solid defense by Pendande.
the 6'4" senior from Spain. On the low block for Miami. She cuts on the other end, draws the foul, and one.
Great find by Haley Cavinder. Lola Pendande plays an excellent defensive stance down there, and she runs rim to rim. As a post player, that is what you ask of your big post inside, and her guard makes the defense pay and finds Pendande running the lane and gets an and one. Great find by Haley Cavinder.
So the Panthers had a 4-3 lead early. Miami has since scored 7 unanswered over the last minute and 17 seconds. Pendande couldn't complete the three-point play. Panthers make some substitutions. This is Marley Washenitz into the game. Should see her running the point while she's on the floor. Also entering, Gabby Hutcherson, transfer from Ohio State. Harris looks opposite corner for Washenitz, but it's out of bounds.
Miami already making it difficult on the Panthers on the offensive end. They're really playing in the gaps. They're inside the paint. They know the Panthers like to get the ball inside, get it to Leah King. They like to penetrate, and they're not shooting it very well from the three-point line, and Miami is playing that right now.
Cavinder, once again, 3 triples already today for Haley Cavinder, a perfect 3 of 3.
Again, wide open for Haley Cavinder. You cannot give her too much space, and the Panthers are just losing her on the three-point line right now.
And you can make it a 10-0 run for Miami over the 13-4 early lead for the Canes. Offensive rebound, Johnson couldn't get the putback. One more from Maliyah Johnson. Love to see the effort if you're Pitt head coach Lance White from Maliyah Johnson in the paint, and she draws the foul.
And Maliyah Johnson made sure she stole that foul. It was definitely a foul there, but she made sure the officials knew to call it for her to get to the free throw line.
Maliyah Johnson, one of the young, promising players for the Panthers, just in her second year, the sophomore from Columbus, Ohio. 5 games this season in double-figure scoring. And one of the most improved Panthers as well. Averaged under 2 points a game a season ago, up to 8.5 this year.
Yeah, the coaching staff really praised her work ethic this summer, said she got extremely better, and she has been rewarded this season with starting. Was in the starting lineup to start this season and has been taken out a few times here and there, but she's really been persistent and getting herself better and really progressing throughout the season.
Panthers still looking for that consistent 5 that they can start on a game-to-game basis. They've used 7 different lineups so far this season. This is their 14th game of the year. Area Vets swings over. Cavinder tries another. That's her first miss of the day off front rim.
Yeah, I think the Panthers out there communicating right now. Maliyah Johnson saying to her teammate, you need to be a step closer to Haley Cavinder. You cannot give her that much space. She's soaking into the paint, but they need to stay out on Cavinder.
Crafty feed from Washenitz into Amber Brown on the cut. Brings the margin to 5. Mentioned Cavinder. She averages 11.9 on the season, already with 9 points today. Panthers force a turnover. They trail by 5. Under 5 minutes to go. First quarter here in Pittsburgh on New Year's Day. 3-pointers for Cavinder. 9 points on 3 of 4 shooting from beyond the arc. And Brienne, you said the key is just getting tighter on her, not allowing that 3-point space.
Yeah, absolutely. She shoots nearly 50% from the 3-point line, so they have to track her down and find her on the 3-point line, or else it's going to be a long day for the Panthers.
Brown had it taken away. Here is Cavinder. Dishes off to Area Vets. Found a cutter, drive, and dish down low. Washenitz got in the way of it. And Kyla Oldacre, who is new to the contest for Miami, put the shot up, but not before a jump ball. That'll give it to Pitt.
As you see, Miami changes up their defense and going into a zone, showing a little what the Panthers have shown early to start. However, Miami's is a 1-3-1 right now. And Miami gets exactly what they want out of it, a turnover and a steal.
Lachey Dwyer so athletic and skilled on the defensive side, averaging 2.2 steals a game on the season. And a foul called. That's going to go against Miami on Kyla Oldacre, who just entered the game and picks up her first.
And that was a smart play by Gabby Hutcherson on the defensive end. With Oldacre's size, Gabby is going to have to try in front and get in front of her and make it tough on her. And she did that as she caused an offensive foul.
Strickland's three too strong. Dives for the rebound. Last touched by Avery Strickland. And it will go to Miami. After a hot start, the Hurricanes haven't scored in the last 2:20. Open player down low is Oldacre. Goes up strong and finishes to end the scoring drought for the Hurricanes.
Nice high-low. Great pass by Jasmyne Roberts to find her post player wide open. Great seal.
So what do the Panthers need to do to stay more organized defensively? You mentioned that was going to be key if they're going to stay in that 2-3 zone. They have to communicate.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Communication is key. Anytime you are playing a zone defense, you have to communicate with your teammates, be on the same page, know where their shooters are, and they just sent their shooter, Miami, to the bench. So hopefully the Panthers can continue to defend the three-point line. They struggled to start, but they have been doing better the last few minutes.
As you mentioned, Cavinder taking a rest. The Hurricanes now with Spearman on the floor as well. Mentioned Dwyer and Oldacre.
Great defensive effort by Roberts there.
Jasmyne Roberts, sophomore guard from Jacksonville, also in. So the Canes have used 9 players so far in the game. 10 to shoot for Pitt. 3:13 left in this first quarter. Strickland lost the handle, got it back, drives baseline, contested shot, ends up with the Canes.
This is an interesting lineup by Miami right now with, as you see, their 2 bigs inside. We'll see if Miami tries to go inside to both Spearman and Okador, who are both freshmen, mind you, and they're biggest players for this Miami team.
Spearman at 6'4", Oldacre at 6'6".
And Jason, you see on the defensive end, both those players I was just mentioning are out at the top of this 1-3-1, making it really difficult for the Panthers to pass around them.
Number 5, Carla Arias, her first, the 4th against Miami.
But they do take advantage of it. They get the basketball in size where they're a bit smaller on the backside of that 1-3-1 as Ace Strickland gets herself to the free throw line.
Ace Strickland, the freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee, shooting just 43% from the line on the season. Misses the first.
And this was a freshman that the Panthers coaching staff was really excited about, as she was a tri-sport athlete in high school. So highly sought after recruit, and she's earned her way into the starting lineup, making the 2nd start in a row.
Miami responds well on the other end. Spearman drew the foul and connected on the 2-point shot. Put the Hurricanes up by 8.
As you see Miami going into that 6'4" freshman Spearman, that's a really difficult matchup for the Panthers right now with 2 6'4" players. 6'4" and 6'6", Jason.
Yeah, and as impressive as the Panther forwards have been this year, Amber Brown and Leah Tu King have had good seasons. They are a bit undersized to be playing down low, and Miami is taking advantage of that today.
Yeah, they really are. That's difficult to defend when you're getting an offensive rebound on a free throw line.
Ariavets intercepts, pushes tempo, found a teammate in the corner. It was Roberts who stepped out. So for the Panthers, the 6'2" Hutcherson is the tallest player currently on the floor to battle Spearman and Oldacre. Over and back the Panthers go And Brianne, as you said, the long arms of that Miami defense causing problems for Pitt.
Yeah, the length of Spearman at the top of that 1-3-1 is really making it difficult for the Panthers to even see over her, let alone execute their offense. So they're really going to have to do a better job at maybe attacking her instead of just trying to pass over the top of her, what they want the Panthers to do.
And that's the luxury of having two capable bigs in the game, is that you don't need to worry about keeping one in the middle because you have two of them. You can stick one up high with the long arms and then have somebody at the free throw line as well.
Yeah, exactly. They're a little spoiled when they have these two on the floor at the same time. And they're just freshmen, both of them.
Impressive stuff from the Hurricanes on the defensive side. Johnson's three, too strong. Hutcherson can't get the putback.
That was a great follow by Gabby Hutcherson. Just has to finish that.
Miami on the break the other way with Jasmyne Roberts.
Or else that's going to hurt you right there. Miami getting out in transition.
And Spearman once again knocks away another pass. She has just been so tough to handle for Pitt at the top of that zone.
I'm wondering if Miami's volleyball team has been recruiting Spearman to play on their team as well. That was the spike that you'd see on the volleyball team.
Looks like she could be a good middle blocker.
I think so.
Spearman, the freshman, as you mentioned, the number 30 overall recruit in this year's class, according to ESPN. Oldacre, number 25. So they've got two bigs in the top 30 of this year's recruiting class. Strickland hits the first three of the game for her, in the second for the team. Makes it 21-12.
Yeah, that was a huge bucket by the Panthers. They needed that, let alone a three, to get them back in this game.
That's Hannah Cavinder, twin sister of Haley, into the game for Miami.
Great defensive rebound by Leah King there. They need her presence on the inside if they're going to hopefully get a chance to win this basketball game today.
Athletic move by Lewis, but the shot missed. And the other way, it's Destiny Harden. Hands off Cavinder. Feed inside Spearman, and a jump ball. Possession will stay with Miami.
Yeah, and you mentioned Destiny Harden. She is their leading scorer, their go-to player.
Harden not on the score sheet yet today, though.
Yeah, very quiet to start this game.
They haven't necessarily needed her, thanks to contributions from Haley Cavinder, Lola Pendande, Kyla Oldacre, a couple others for Miami on the score sheet so far. Balanced offense for the Canes. Harden, off-balance shot, rims out. And now about a 6-second difference between shot and game clock for the Panthers offensively. Harris, nice feed down low to Brown, but couldn't finish.
And that's one Amber Brown would love to have back, as that was a great find by Daishanette Harris.
9-point margin, as he said, certainly one Brown would like to have back, in a bucket that the Panthers can't afford to miss in a game like this, looking for their first ACC win. Those are the easy shots that they're going to have to hit. So Harris will take a break. Panthers pick off the inbound pass. Now a battle on the floor, foul called against Miami.
Yeah, as you see here, just a silly foul. You're 94 feet away from the basket. And you know the Pitt Panthers are in 1-on-1 right now. Just a silly foul to put the Panthers to the line.
That is the fifth foul of the quarter against Miami. So as you noted, puts the Panthers in the bonus. Leah King. He's a 63% shooter from the line this season.
And excuse me, I said 1-on-1. There's no more 1-on-1 in the girls' game. As a bonus, they go to 2 free throws.
Did you watch the men's college basketball over the break? Maybe that's what you're thinking.
Yeah, still not the same rules.
Right.
Gets you confused a little bit watching back and forth from girls to men's to women.
Yeah, I get it. Understandable.
Now this is baseline out of bounds play for the Pittsburgh Panthers right now. This is something that could take advantage of a set play that they know where their options are coming from. They know where they can score the basketball. If they can just tone in and try to get an easy bucket here, would get them back in this game.
Nine-point lead for Miami. This is Hutcherson, defended by Spearman. Drives, tough shot, couldn't get it to fall. Hurricanes with 6 seconds. Drive there and a kick to Cavinder, intercepted, and another foul, and that one's going to be costly for Miami, Brienne, with just 1.4 ticks on the clock, just no need for it.
Yeah, something Miami would love to get back here, just an unforced turnover, driving the baseline. But on the other end, the Pittsburgh Panthers and Shanice Lewis, that was just a veteran play. She knew how much time was on the clock. She got a steal, and not only got the steal, but she made sure she was fouled, and she made sure she sold it to the officials to get herself to the free throw line with just 1 second left.
Shanice Lewis, 75% from the line on the season, sinks the first, the transfer from Maryland. So that'll do it for the first quarter of play here in Pittsburgh. Through the first 5 minutes or so of the quarter, it was Haley Cavinder making her first three-pointers of the contest, and then Miami's bigs, Oldacre and Spearman, coming in and causing problems for the Pitt offense, propelling the Hurricanes to a 7-point lead, but the Panthers now get a putback from Maliyah Johnson. Johnson already up to 7 points in the game for the Panthers on 2 of 3 shooting.
Yeah, and that was just a great play by Maliyah Johnson on the offensive end. With Miami still in that 1-3-1 zone, it's difficult to get a box out on that backside, and Maliyah Johnson just came flying in to get that O-board and a putback.
Shanice Lewis has made an impact since entering as well. Johnson already in double figures with that triple.
Yeah, Maliyah Johnson making her presence known on both the offensive and the defensive end, getting it done from the three-point line, but also communicating, playing really well on the defensive side as well.
Maliyah Johnson with 10 now, leads all scorers. Cavinder, triple off the mark. Panthers with some momentum early in the second. Miami led by as many as 12. They were up 21-9. Panthers have scored the last 10 points in the game.
Yeah, and here's that heads-up play by Maliyah Johnson. You see Avery Strickland missed the three-point shot, but Maliyah Johnson comes flying in on the offensive glass. And then Maliyah Johnson again for 3.
Impressive rebounding effort by Johnson.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult to scout the Panthers, I would say, Jason, as you never know who is going to give you a great night on the Pittsburgh Panthers side, as Leah King hits a 2, but Maliyah Johnson showing some energy on the offensive side.
Just like that, the score is even. Panthers have made their last 3 from the field to tie this game right up. Just 90 seconds into the second quarter. Cavinder, crossover in the lane. Cross-court pass. Jalea Williams takes the pull-up. Cavinder finds the rebound. Pittsburgh outscoring Miami 7-0 in this second quarter so far. Williams found a lane, stops, and can't get the shot to go. Rebound Leah King, and she also draws the foul. And Brienne, that's now the 3rd foul in about the last minute and a half or so that Miami has committed 90 feet from the hoop.
Yeah, that's just a frustration foul. As you see, Williams gets inside. She makes a great read. She finds the wide open lane, gets into the paint. She thinks she should, and she should make that bucket, and is frustrated with herself and just tries to get a steal, but unfortunately that's an easy call for the officials.
So after Miami had all the momentum early, the Panthers are now on a 12-0 scoring run, and we have a tie game.
Yeah, the Panthers make something happen here on offense. It could change the dynamic of this basketball game.
Pull up from Brown, swirled out. Here's Haley Cavinder, leading scorer for Miami on the day with 9. Feed inside. Pendande battles her way up and in.
And that's just difficult for Leah King to guard when Pendande has great positioning like that right in front of the basket. She makes a great post move. And Leah King a little bit undersized. I think Amber Brown might have got away with a bit of a travel there, but she does get the foul called and gets herself to the free throw line. Yeah, looked a little bit out of control. And thankfully for her, the officials called the foul. As you see, Leah King, nice little pull-up jumper from the free throw line, knocks it down.
To the line for Pitt, number 5, Amber Brown.
Amber Brown, 3 points so far today on 1 of 4 shooting. She scored in double figures in 3 of her last 4 outings, including 2 straight. Too strong, but Leah King skies up for the rebound.
Those are great hustle plays you love to see as a coach. Leah King got it done on the free throw line, just crashed the O boards, gets her teammates another offensive possession.
4 to shoot now. Washenitz tried to find Brown. It was poked away.
That's suffocating Miami defense. Sorry, Jason.
Go ahead.
That's suffocating Miami defense. That was difficult pass for Marley, and they just turn it over and gives Miami easy transition points.
Right when it looked like Washenitz might have had an opening in the defense, the Hurricanes, very athletic, find a way to intercept the pass, and they turn it into 2 on the other end. 3-point lead for Miami. Brown drives into contact off the window.
And Amber Brown getting it done for the Panthers today. She knows when she is needed on the Panthers.
Maliyah Johnson and Amber Brown, the top 2 scorers for Pitt today with 10 and 6 respectively.
The first game in the second quarter. Into the game for the Hurricanes, number 44, Cavinder.
Amber Brown, tough bucket on the other side.
Destiny Harden still scoreless for Miami despite being their leading scorer on the season. Panthers with possession, looking to take their first lead since it was 4-3 in the first quarter. King stops and pops. Not enough on it. Entry pass, Oldacre. Her pass taken away. Lewis to Brown. Strong penetration and foul.
Great transition by the Panthers there. As you see, Shanice Lewis pushes tempo, finds Amber Brown, who has been their go-to player these last few minutes here. Pushes it in transition. Nice pass up to Amber Brown with the and one. Shanice Lewis given some big minutes at the point guard position right now as the Panthers have been going back and forth with who their point guard has been. Marley Washenitz, Daishanette Harris trying to move over to the 2 usually has been their point guard the Panthers the past few seasons, but with Shanice Lewis, she started the season as their point guard and she's given them some great minutes at the point position today.
She really has. Lewis has played in 9 games. This is her 10th appearance on the season, averages 19 minutes per game, 3.6 points per game, but really making her presence felt here today. Quality time from Lewis for the Panthers. Blocked down low. Spearman got her own rebound. Another effort from King, but called for a foul.
That was good defense by the Panthers initially, but when you give somebody 2 and 3 opportunities inside, it's a bit difficult, especially just to keep them off of the free throw line.
Leah King picked up her second there, Brienne. Her along with Daishanette Harris have 2 fouls for Pitt.
Yeah, as Miami's been trying to really get the basketball inside the paint against this 2-3 zone that the Panthers are showing. That's why they keep going with this tall lineup. And they're really pounding the ball on the inside, in the inside paint, and exactly why Leah King is on the bench with those 2 fouls. And Miami extending their pressure here a bit with Spearman at the top again with that long length that she creates. It makes it difficult for the Panthers on offensive side.
Panthers did well to break it initially, but then the Hurricanes force a turnover. Cavinder takes it all the way into Brown, and a nice hesitation move got her in the air for the foul.
Yeah, that was a heads-up play. Smart, very high basketball IQ play by Haley Cavinder. Great shooter. She's missed her last few, so she wanted to get inside. She wanted to attack Amber.
Trailed by 7 at the quarter break, but they have outscored Miami 13-5 here in the second, led by their play in the front court. Maliyah Johnson and Amber Brown have combined for 19 of Pitt's 27. They've gotten some quality minutes from Gabby Hutcherson as well. Leah King currently on the bench with a couple fouls, but she has 7 rebounds for the Panthers to lead all rebounders in this game. How about this, Brienne? Leah King with 7 boards. Nobody else in the game has more than 4, so she has been dominant on the glass. However, the Panthers turned it over that time.
Yeah, she really has, Jason, and that's what she's known for. She ranks 6th in the ACC in rebounds a game with just a little under 9 rebounds a game. So she's hot, and she's off to a great start on the boards.
And you saw Shanice Lewis just shuffled the feet there in the backcourt for the Panthers. Turned it over to Miami. 10 turnovers for each team so far today. Make that 11 for the Hurricanes on the pass that soared over the hands of Harden, who has still been left off the score sheet with 0 points on 0 of 3 shooting from the field today.
Yeah, and I think that says a bit about their scoring on the offensive end right now with just 27 points and her not on the scoring column yet.
Well, at the same time, if you're Miami and head coach Katie Meyer and you see that Harden has 0 points and they're still winning the game, that's a positive sign for what the team has done.
Yeah, that's definitely positive, and I'm sure they're going to get on her, if they haven't already, get on her at half court.
Panthers sticking in that 2-3 zone with Lewis and Johnson at the top of it. Cavinder, cross-court, Jasmyne Roberts. A foul is called offensively against Miami.
Yeah, just a moving screen to try to get the three-point shooter open on the backside of that zone.
Hurricanes foul number 44, her second.
So mention the Panther foul trouble. Miami now with 3 players that have 2 fouls. Hannah Cavinder, Kyla Oldacre, and Carla Ariavets, each with 2 apiece for the Hurricanes. Brown, defended by Spearman. 10 to shoot. Lewis fires one up from the top of the key. Spearman soars for the rebound. And a foul against Taisha Exenor.
Yeah, Amber Brown was in the paint, which Coach Katie Meyer thought she was in there for more than 3 seconds as she was getting on the officials over there on that sideline. Pitt staying in this zone, making it really difficult for Miami.
Once again, they force a turnover. Brown takes away the pass. She's looking forward. Kicks out. Strickland for 3. Too strong. Rebound, Haley Cavinder. Just about 3.5 to go in this first half. It's been an exciting one so far. Cavinder too strong on the drive. Brown rebounds and looks the other direction. Lewis had it poked away, but got it right back.
Heads up play to stay with the basketball there.
Strickland from the wing. Too strong again.
Yeah, Strickland just 1 for 6, but she's not hesitating. She continues to shoot the basketball. She knows her coaching staff has high faith in her, and she is continuing to shoot the ball.
Cavinder gets the weak side rebound and puts it right back up. Haley Cavinder at 5'6" was uncontested for the putback.
A smart play by Haley Cavinder to get herself in there for an easy 2, offensive rebound and an easy 2.
And the cross-court pass on the Panthers' offensive side was taken away by Jasmyne Roberts. And a quick foul committed by the Panthers. And it goes against Maliyah Johnson. Just the first for Maliyah Johnson. But Miami will shoot.
And this is a easy way for Miami to extend just their three-point lead, as they're not doing a really great job executing offensively, but they're doing a nice job now at getting themselves to the free throw line.
Jasmyne Roberts is a sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida. Coming off 7 points, 6 rebound night Thursday against Notre Dame. Makes the front end, misses the second. Panthers on the break. Hayford paused, and she's going to get called for a double. Thought she might have gotten away with it, but that's not the case. So the Panthers commit their 5th turnover in the last 3.5 minutes.
A lot of turnovers on both ends here, with each team having 13 apiece in just the first half.
Pitt has not scored since the 5:38 mark of this quarter after coming out so strong to start the second. Open in the corner, Roberts has a go. Another offensive rebound, Haley Cavinder. 5 boards for the 5'6" Cavinder.
She's the smallest player on the floor right now, but that just shows you how bad she wants it. And then there she is again from the three-point line, Jason.
Cavinder doing everything for Miami today, propelling them to a 7-point advantage. Brown, Hayford open for 3. Too much on it. Miami working quickly the other way. Jalea Williams now with Roberts. 20 to shoot, under 90 seconds left in the first half. Miami riding a 9-0 run. Brown takes away the pass. In transition, Amber Brown, nice step through and finish.
Little Euro step there by Amber Brown. Tremendous finish over Lola Pendande.
So the Panthers end the drought. They end the Miami run with about a minute to go in the second quarter. Eight to shoot. Haley Cavinder will shoot. Off the mark on the 3, offensive rebound, Williams. Hurricanes leading in the rebounds category, 23-18. They've got 7 on the shot clock. Looking for a good one here to end the half. Harding down low, Pendande. Foul called against the Panthers. And Miami will head to the line with Pendande.
As you see that play by Amber Brown here, getting out in transition. She was taking it herself and just nice little step through over Lola Pendande and finishes a great bucket on the other side. And then a nice pass there by Destiny Harden to find her post player to reward herself to get herself to the free throw line.
Yeah, it looked like Harden was going to shoot, and a heads-up play to find Pendande open down low.
Yeah, I think she faked us all out on that.
She did. I nearly said Harden takes the 3. But Pendande now up to 9 points.
Now we'll see if Pitt will hold for the last shot to cut into this lead before the halftime break. No shot clock right now.
Dangerous pass poked away by Jalea Williams, but out of bounds. Panthers will keep it.
And we'll see if the Panthers go back to Amber Brown, who's been getting it done these last few minutes for the Panthers.
Brown leading Pitt with 11 points on the day. Johnson for 3, got it! Big time bucket to end the half for Pitt from Maliyah Johnson.
Great finish for the Panthers with that 3 to cut the lead to just 4 points.
Miami 36, Pitt 32 at halftime here in Pittsburgh. ACC basketball on New Year's Day. We've got 20 minutes coming up after the halftime break. And sat for much of the first half, but 7 rebounds in just 10 minutes for King. Panthers enter the third quarter trailing by 4.
And Panthers sticking with their 2-3 zone coming out of the locker room. They decided that was a good look against this Miami offense. We'll see if they can get it done in the second half.
And quickly, Leah King, who we just mentioned, had 2 fouls in the first half. She now picks up a third. And so we'll see. It looks like Lance White is going to send in a sub in the form of Gabby Hutcherson, and that's exactly what you wanted to avoid if you're Pitt and Leah King. She's the leading scorer and rebounder on the season for the Panthers, and unfortunately just picked up her third.
Yeah, Leah King doesn't show much emotion, but you can see how frustrated she is getting that third foul right out of halftime, not the way she wanted to start this third quarter.
Area Vets gets her own rebound. Cavinder fires from three-point range and hits. Haley Cavinder with 19 points, including 5 triples.
Man, Haley Cavinder, Jason, she is calm, cool, and collected. She does not show her emotions out there. But, man, she gets it done in whatever way Miami needs it. And head coach Katie Meyer looks to her for offensive production in any way they can get it.
She's been very selective with her shooting as well. Team got an offensive rebound, kicked it out to her. Now Cavinder with the assist to Pendande. Miami coming out hot to start the second half.
And Pitt has to be careful here in this third quarter. They want Miami to run away with it with these turnovers that they are forcing.
Largest lead for Miami today was 12 back in the first half. Travel called on the Panthers. They turn it over, their 15th giveaway of the game.
Not the way the Panthers want to start out on offense. 2 turnovers on their first 2 offensive possessions. Not what head coach Lance White was looking for, and I'm sure not the message that he was giving to them at halftime.
Cavinder again lets it fly from the corner. Not that time. Rebound Johnson. But Brienne, what I like about Haley's game is she's not taking shots when she's not open. She's been patient and waited for moments like that where they give her some space.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think she has a great basketball IQ. She reads the game really well. She takes what the defense gives her. She knows when her teammates need her to shoot the basketball. And as you saw last possession, when they need her to pass the basketball.
So Brown gives Pitt its first points of the third quarter. Brings the margin to 7.
Amber Brown is a player you love to have on your team. When associate head coach Terry Mitchell describes her, she calls her a warrior and says that she will do anything that her team and her coaches, her teammates need from her. And today, that is scoring as she is filling up the stat sheet on the scoring end.
And there is Brown with an athletic move in the paint. Harris got the offensive rebound on the weak side. Underhand feed into Johnson. Johnson tried to find Harris again, but rolls out of play. Miami will take over.
Tough offensive possession there by the Panthers. They just could not get the basketball under control and just throwing sloppy passes around, and unfortunately ends in a turnover.
That's already the 3rd turnover of the half for Pitt. Not even 3 minutes in yet to this third quarter. Pitt has been in the 2-3 zone all day. Cavinder is working on Exenor. Now it's Williams. Area Vets drives, finds Williams. Williams stops and pops in the paint, gets her own rebound, and gets a fresh shot clock.
Jalea Williams is so great at that, attacking the paint, getting into the middle, especially against this zone.
Over the back called on Destiny Hardin. So Hardin picks up her second, and once again we've seen a handful of those today. Miami committing fouls 90 feet from Pitt's scoring basket.
Just a frustrating day for Destiny Hardin as she is subbed out of the game for Spearman here. She is scoreless, which is not like her. She is their leading scorer, and she is 0 for 3 and in a little bit of foul trouble with that second foul there.
Miami providing some pressure again in the full court. Harris pauses and stops on a dime and hits in the paint.
Great play by Daishanette Harris. Little point guard layup, we call that there. Gets herself into the paint. Buys patience. Gets the defense up in the air.
It was the first basket of the day for Harris, who has it again here. Kicks out. Strickland swings over. Hutcherson's three ball. Off the mark. Rebound Cavinder. Up-tempo both ends here. Williams forward into Hutcherson. Turns back to Cavinder. Open area vets. And now Miami will slow it down.
Area vets, excuse me. Great, smart heads-up play. As she had a look, but she pulls it out for a better look for herself. Knocks down the three.
Area vets hits the three. And that is the first time in the last two games a player other than Haley Cavinder has hit a three for Miami. The other night against Notre Dame, they only hit two as a team. Both came from Cavinder. Hutcherson draws the foul for Pitt. They trail by 8, but she's at the line.
Hurricanes foul number 21, Lola Pendande.
As you see here, Amber Brown attacking. Gets herself on the scoreboard. Great play by Daishanette Harris, getting out in transition, stops on a dime, gets the Miami defense up in the air. She goes up for an easy two.
To the line for the Panthers, 22, Gabby Hutcherson.
Gabby Hutcherson makes the first. Transfer from Ohio State, shooting 67% from the line on the season. Mentioned we spoke to Pitt assistant coach Brianna Kiesel, said that Hutcherson has tremendous talent and has the stature that's needed in this conference, just needs to get more comfortable.
Pitt extends their pressure a little bit here, trying to change it up against Miami. See what they can do against their pressure.
6-point margin. Just about halfway through the third, Miami commits a turnover.
Just an unforced error there. Not like Carla Ariavets, as she just loses the handle. Tries to pass it with one hand, and that, as a coach, that is what you do not want from your players is one-handed passes, because those mistakes can happen.
And what's worse, it was right in front of Katie Meyer.
Exactly.
Well, Miami gets it right back. Up by 6. Ariavets just hit one. She takes another, too short that time. Harris, transition, bounce pass, Exenor up and in.
Nice read by Daishanette Harris, pushing tempo. She saw it was a 3-on-2. She saw her teammate cutting into the lane, passed it to her right on the block for an easy layup. Pitt not getting out of this 2-3 zone.
Offensive board, Pendande back up and in.
But that is something they need to do, is keep Miami off the offensive glass, especially when they're in a zone defense.
We still have a tight game here at the Pete. 46-40, Miami on top, 4:19 to go in third quarter.
It's still held scoreless to this point.
It's the second most points Cavinder has had this season. Had 25 recently, earlier in December against Florida. Made 5 3-pointers in that game as well. So if she hits one more three, it'll be the most that she has had in a single game this season. She's led Miami offensively, especially on a day where their leading scorer on the season, Destiny Harden, has been held scoreless. Amber Brown called for a travel in the lane. She couldn't believe the call.
Yeah, that's frustrating as the Panthers, because their guards do beat that full court pressure and get a nice look on the inside and just a turnover.
Pull up in the lane, too strong from Maliyah Johnson, C.D. Baba. We haven't seen much of her so far today. She's in now for the Canes, who just made a great defensive play. Roberts lost a handle, spins against Lewis, and gets the roll in.
Jasmyne Roberts.
Yeah, and that's what Miami is really good at, getting a great defensive stop and or turnover and turning it into points on the other end, as they have 22 points off of Pitt's turnovers.
Brown open on the block and puts it in off the glass.
Amber Brown continuing to get it done with it 15 points now.
Panthers just trying to cut into that margin. It's been stuck around 6 and 10 points or so throughout the entire game since the first quarter. Foul on the block called on Leah King. She just picked up her 4th.
Panthers foul number 2.
That was a great find by Carla Area Vets to Odeker inside. Odeker didn't even know she was open until the ball hit her in the hands, I think. But she gets to the free throw line. Great find by her point guard. And then on the other end, Pitt's point guard, Daishanette Harris, finding Amber Brown, beating that double team, getting a great pass out of that, finding Amber Brown inside for 2.
Oldacre with 4 points today, 4 rebounds, and for the Panthers, Leah King takes a seat. She's only been able to play 12 minutes in this game and can be such an effective and important player when she's on the floor, but foul trouble keeping her off the court in this one when the Panthers need her. They're down by 6, looking for their first ACC win of the year.
Yeah, Leah King has been their leader in offensive production, rebounding, and scoring the basketball, so they are missing her right now.
Roberts kicks out wide open. Haley Cavinder left her open. Couldn't get the roll that time, though. Oldacre, the second chance bucket.
There was nothing Amber Brown could do against that. She had inside positioning, but she could do nothing against that 6'6" Odeker coming over the back for the offensive rebound.
So the Hurricanes extend the lead again, back up to 9. It's 51-42 Miami, 2 lead over Pitt with 2:40 to go, third quarter. Panthers have been without Leah King, their leading scorer for much of this game. She's got 4 fouls after playing in 12 minutes so far, so the Panthers operating without King, and will have to make up this deficit with Leah King sitting on the bench with 4 fouls.
Yeah, Miami staying in this pressure, trying to change the tempo of the game, getting back to what they're good at on the defensive end.
10 to shoot for Pitt. Shanice Lewis has been effective for them running the point today. Drives, draws a foul, almost got the basket to fall. And foul goes against Oldacre. Against Miami. Wasn't a shooting foul regardless, so even if it had dropped, wouldn't have counted.
Graduate student against a freshman on that play. Veteran play, and she gets the foul.
Panthers draw another foul there, and once again it goes on Oldacre. So Kyla Oldacre picks up 2 quick ones and will be replaced by Pendande. And Brienne, usually you'd say, well, that's huge for Pitt to get the 6'6" Oldacre off the floor, but Miami can just replace her with the 6'4" Pendande.
Yeah, it doesn't stop. 6'4", 6'4", 6'6" on Miami's bench, and unfortunately Pitt cannot measure up against that with their undersized post players.
Hutcherson at 6'2", Maliyah Johnson at 6 foot even. Tallest players on the floor for the Panthers right now. Brown also 6 feet tall.
Yeah, however, Amber Brown is holding her own here, especially on the offensive end with 16 points of her own.
Miami does lead in rebounds on the day, 31-25, and that's certainly where they miss Leah King. King, despite having played just 12 minutes, leads the Panthers with 7 boards. Inside 2 minutes, third quarter. Travel called against Miami. Panthers take over.
A great interior passing by Miami. And MJ notices her. She has a great high-low pass and just fumbles it and gets called for a travel.
Avery Strickland squeezed a pass through. Now Johnson from the wing. Can't get the 3 to fall. Panthers have not hit a 3 yet in this quarter. Ariavets, nice backdoor cut. Hurricanes keep possession despite tough Panther defense. Cavinder over to the wing for Roberts, stumped inside. 3 seconds called against Pendande.
Yeah, Lola Pendande had great positioning inside. She had Amber Brown sealed. However, she was just inside the paint for way longer than 3 seconds. Another turnover for Miami.
It'll be the 18th of the day for the Canes. Both teams actually with 18 turnovers in the contest. Lewis tries a three, too strong. Offensive board, Exenor out to Brown, drives strong to the hole and gets it to go.
And all credit to Taisha Exenor on that play. You can count on her when she gets into the game to be crashing the offensive glass especially, and she gives the Panthers an extra opportunity with Amber Brown cutting to the lane and getting an easy bucket.
Miami led by as many as 12. Panthers are not going away. Ariavets, pull up, back rim, rebound, Cavinder.
Another rebound by Haley Cavinder.
Cavinder with 8 rebounds, leading Miami on the contest. Travel called against Pitt.
And that is absolutely the right call. Shanice Lewis got caught up. As you see on the other end, Amber Brown, great take to the basket after Taisha Exenor with that great offensive rebound.
So a quick giveaway by the Panthers, but they have played solid defense over the last couple minutes. Miami hasn't scored in the last 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah, Pitt's defense, zone defense right now, absolutely keeping them in this ball game, making it tough on Miami with every possession right now as Maliyah Johnson gets a great steal and gets out in transition for an easy layup.
Huge basket at the end of the quarter for Johnson and the Panthers. Margins now just 3. Pendande trying to beat the buzzer. She draws a foul.
And Amber Brown is very unhappy about that foul call, as Maliyah Johnson, doing what she's been doing all game, is getting points for her teammates.
Tough break at the end of the quarter, though, for the Panthers. They thought they had ended it on a really high note with the Johnson scoop and score there, but Miami comes right back within a matter of a few seconds and finds Pendande to draw the foul. And Pendande is now up to 15 points on the day.
Yeah, and credit for Miami for knowing the clock, pushing the basketball, and getting themselves a chance to score before the end of this quarter.
So it's been close just about all game here in Pittsburgh. It's New Year's Day, and we've got 8. Miami has led for just about all of this game, but the Panthers have hung around for all of it. 5 points is the margin. 10 minutes to decide it.
Yeah, and it's been a defensive battle here as both teams are well above their average in turnovers, as Miami puts Dwyer back in, their defensive specialist, who hasn't got many minutes today, though, Jason.
Yeah, you said it, Dwyer coming off a good game Thursday against Notre Dame. Had 10 points, 3 steals, has double-digit scoring in 4 of her last 5, but haven't seen too much of her today. One of the best defenders, not only for Miami, but in the conference, Lachey Dwyer. Harden still cannot find her first bucket of the day. Exenor left open for 3. Not enough. Harris bodies for the rebound. Strickland left open for the short jumper. Too strong. Avery Strickland hit a 3 early, but has struggled since. Now 1 of 9 from the field.
Yeah, and you can see the frustration written on her face. She's looking to get that bucket.
Miami patient on offense. Have the lead here in the 4th. Cavinder to Dwyer. 6 to shoot for the Canes. Strong take to the basket and good off the glass. Lachey Dwyer with her first field goal of the contest.
Great read by Lachey Dwyer as she saw her teammate Pendande clear out the paint for her.
Jasmyne Harris answers on the other end, left wide open for the trifecta.
Into the game for the Panthers, number 2, Maliyah King, and number 21, Maliyah Johnson.
As you see here, Jasmyne Harris hitting 3. She had all day to take that 3. Nobody found her in transition.
So brings the deficit back to 4. Just over 8 minutes to go here at the P. Roberts left open, top of the key, good. Brianne, I told you during one of the recent breaks, it seems like right when Pitt brings the lead down to 4 or 6, Miami hikes it right back up to 7 or 10.
Yeah, and you never know who it's coming from today with Miami. Their leading scorer still is scoreless as they're getting production from their bench players today.
Johnson, 3 ball, misfired. Dwyer able to track down the rebound. Nice feed down low. Hardin finally gets her first bucket of the day.
We'll see if that gets her going here in this fourth quarter. Destiny Hardin finally getting on the scoreboard.
You mentioned the bench production from Miami. They are leading the bench points category 20-6 so far today. Roberts in transition. Pull-up floater is good. Miami's lead is back up to double figures.
Yeah, and there's Roberts, as we said, their bench production. She is with 10 points coming off the bench today.
So Lance White, perhaps now with no choice but to get Leah King back on the floor despite the 4 fouls. King hits that basket to make it 62-53. Pendande turns and fires off the mark. Ends up with Shanice Lewis. Johnson drives and steps out. 19 on the shot clock for the Panthers. Just over 6 minutes to play. Pass poked away. King trying to track it down, but good hustle by Dwyer to contest.
Dwyer got her hands on that, and Leah King with the smart heads-up play to dive on the floor and get the basketball back for the Panthers.
So the Panthers will take a timeout. It's 62-53. The full of occasions in this game, but right when they get close, Miami able to increase the margin again. It's now at 9, and the Hurricanes have made 4 of their last 5 from the field. Panthers called a timeout after Leah King tracked down the loose ball on the front end of the timeout, and now they draw a foul. Shanice Lewis working against Miami's Lachey Dwyer.
She is so great at that, Shanice Lewis, and drawing the foul. She knows when the officials are watching. It's always on her ball penetration. She is really a veteran when it comes to that.
Lewis today with 2 points, 0-4 from the field, pair of assists. So the stats maybe don't show it, Brianne, but she really has given Pitt some quality minutes in this game.
Yeah, she absolutely has. She's getting it done, and she, once again, draws another foul. She is smart, heads-up type basketball player in Shanice Lewis.
So 2 quick fouls drawn by Lewis. Nice crafty heads-up move by Harris, and she draws a 3rd foul within the last 20 seconds against Miami.
That's what you love to see as a coach. Baseline out-of-bounds play, executing it to a T. You take the decision-making away from your players, and you love to see when they execute it just like that and get themselves to the free throw line like Jasmyne Harris just did.
Yeah, and I said 20 seconds. It was actually 7 seconds. The span of 3 fouls there against the Hurricanes. So they go from 0 fouls to 3 fouls within a 7-second duration. That could prove to be critical here Makes it easier for the Panthers to get in the bonus in the fourth quarter here of this tight game.
Yeah, just an 8-point lead. We'll look into that as the minutes trim away, and this fourth quarter could keep Pitt in the game down the stretch. Pitt still in that zone. I don't think they've played 1 minute outside of that 2-3 zone.
And Roberts hits a three. Daishanette Harris was on her, but the lead right back up to 10. Jasmyne Roberts giving Miami some great minutes off the bench. She's up to 13 points.
Yeah, Jasmyne Roberts having herself a day and feeling it, and it's written all over her face. She's having a fun day on the basketball court.
Miami as a team with 25 points from the bench today.
And as we talked with head coach Katie Meyer yesterday, I asked her what she's most proud of her team. And she said her depth. And you see that today with their second chance points, their points they're getting from their bench players. And she proves that. They've been playing 10 players today, and they're getting production a lot from their bench, as she credits that to the depth of her team.
And even now in crunch time of this game, they only have one starter on the floor in Destiny Harden. Everybody else that's on the floor right now for Miami came off the bench today.
Little pinball out there. Shanice Lewis comes up with it.
Harris into contact, defended by Spearman. That's a tough battle for Harris going up against the 6'4" freshman. Look at the effort from Daishanette Harris to keep the ball in play.
Great play, great hustle by Daishanette Harris.
And it leads to a basket for her team.
I think she came up limping off of that one. She flew right into the stands. Made a fan lose his water over there. Great play, great hustle.
It makes it 67-57. We have 3:53 to go here in the fourth quarter in Pittsburgh. Panthers trying to claw their way back. Under 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, it's a battle. Just under 4 minutes. Don't count Pitt out with this 10-point lead that Miami has. They're hustling, getting all the hustle plays down the last stretch of this fourth quarter here.
Tight defense by the Panthers. We have 3:45 to make up a 10-point margin. Travel on Pendande, turns it over to Pitt.
As you see, Pitt came out of that timeout and showed a little bit of a trap there to try to speed Miami up, and they did exactly what their coaches wanted from them, and they get a turnover and take advantage and hopefully can get this game to single digits here on this offensive possession.
Lewis has been running the point for much of today's game. King fakes, drives to the hole, contact but no call. Miami takes over possession. Cross court, over to Cavinder. In the lane, nice feed down to Pendande.
Great find by Haley Cavinder to her post player inside, and Pendande. She looked like she wanted to go up and was inside the paint area there. Two players collapsed on her. She dumps it right down for an easy two for her post.
Washington drills the three. Brings the lead back to single digits.
Big bucket by Marley Washington. It's just a freshman out of West Virginia. Has been starting the past few games. Was not in the starting lineup today. Not as many minutes, but she comes in and gets a huge bucket for the Panthers.
She's playing with some tenacity on the defensive side as well, but turned it over that time.
And that's unfortunately just a freshman mistake there. She was all amped up and pumped after that three-point shot and tries to do too much in transition there with a tough pass to her teammate and causes a turnover.
Miami with some good ball movement at first, but then ended up throwing it away, intended for Pendande.
As you see here, Marley Washnitz, Leah King finding her shooter, and Marley Washnitz for three. A lefty three-point shooter there, knocks it down.
Washnitz to her fellow freshman Strickland.
Little screen-to-screen action there, gets Avery Strickland. They were trying to get her for three, but she takes it into two. And
Harris, what a takeaway. on the baseline. Now the other direction. Washington draws a foul.
Harris doing whatever she can, especially on that defensive end right now. She's really looking for this first ACC win for her Pitt Panthers.
Harris has been all over the place, hustling in this fourth quarter for the Panthers. She won her team possession once again.
Harris is a senior leader, and you can see in just possessions and plays like that, she's doing everything in her power to try and get this first ACC win.
69-60, the Miami lead. Lance White in the... Washington hasn't played too much today, but giving them huge minutes down the stretch. Spins and drives to the hole.
Great take by Maliyah Johnson. It's given Panthers a few buckets, few big buckets here. As the Panthers looking to trap a little bit here. Not really.
Cavinder finds an option, cross-court. Roberts, 3-2 strong, gets her own board. Bounce pass found Harden. Back into Pendande. Miami settles down, 13 to shoot.
Area Vets screaming for the basketball at the top of the key. She is a captain and a leader on this Miami team, and she is telling her teammates, slow down. We need to work the shot clock, take advantage, and get a shot at the last possession as Maliyah Johnson, you see there, attacks for two. As Miami wants to run this shot clock down as they have the advantage on the offensive end.
Cavinder, clutch shot in the paint. 21 points for Haley Cavinder. Miami up by 9, and that foul on Washington was just the first of the quarter by Pitt. So if they're going to try and stop the clock, Miami's still 4 fouls away from being in the bonus. Harris drives, fouled by Pendande. That is the third on Lola Pendande, and will send Harris to the line.
Yeah, and Pitt has to look to score quickly here as you see Jasmyne Harris doing anything she can, try to get inside. They need to take good looks, get looks at the hoop. And you'll see right now as Jasmyne Harris is at the free throw line, I'm sure Pitt is going to be extending their press here so they can try to turn Miami over and try to get the basketball back to give themselves an opportunity as they are still down by 9 points.
Jasmyne Harris at the line. She has been moving a bit gingerly after diving into the first row of the stands on multiple occasions within the last few minutes.
As you can see, associate head coach Terry Mitchell screaming out orders from the sideline as she runs this defense for the Pitt Panthers, as she is shouting out orders to her team to make sure that they know what they're in after this free throw attempt.
Harris makes the second.
And you see here's that pressure by the Pitt Panthers. They need the basketball back.
Haley Cavinder was able to beat the press easily.
Like I said earlier, Jason, so calm, cool, and collected is Haley Cavinder. Veteran player.
Want to see if the Panthers are going to foul here, but doesn't look like it. They're down 8, under 30 seconds to go. But they're going to let Miami play this out here. And finally, they do foul with 23 ticks to go. But as I mentioned a minute ago, there's still 3 more fouls till Miami's shooting.
Yeah, and they let that shot clock run down. Pitt did for just 5 seconds left, and they foul. Thought they might have fouled a little bit earlier in the shot clock there.
So a timeout. Katie Meyer noticed that Cavinder was struggling to find a good inbounds option, so takes the TO.
And that's
so 23.4 remaining. Miami up by 8, and it's going to be tough for Pitt to find a way back in this one at this point.
Miami just needs to take care of the basketball right here. They don't need to do anything special. Get the basketball in bounds and then take care of it.
Came really close to a 5-second call on the inbound from Area Vets, and then a foul was committed by the Panthers. It'll go on Jasmyne Harris.
Yeah, that was a tough foul there as Roberts gets knocked to the ground.
Inbound to Roberts. Foul, but a shooting foul, and that's the last thing you want if you're Pitt. As now Roberts will head to the line. an opportunity to add 2 more points. Pitt, of course, at least fortunate that Roberts didn't convert on the basket.
Yeah, that was a great find by area vets. She's knowing exactly where her teammate is going with that baseline out of bounds play. She knows where to place the basketball. Great find, great pass by their point guard, and it puts Roberts to the line.
Jasmyne Roberts with 14 points on the day. Really giving Miami a great performance off the bench, averaging just over 5 points a game on the season, exceeding that in a big way here today. And now increases the margin to 10 points here with 21.7 remaining. So 73-63, the Miami lead. We'll be back in a moment from the beach. The bench all day, Brianne, and Jasmyne Roberts has been the highlight of it.
Yeah, absolutely. She's not a starter, just a young sophomore. She's having herself a career day. She is almost at a double-double with 9 rebounds to go along with those career-high 15 points.
Panthers have to operate quickly. Washington's way short on the 3. Cavinder had the rebound. Harris stripped it from her and put it right back up. Couldn't get the roll. Harris again, that time converts. Panthers will foul, and that will put Miami into the bonus. So she will shoot. Carla Ariavets.
Yeah, Panthers drew up a play to get Marley Wash, and it's a 3, and unfortunately it wasn't the best looking attempt, but Deshawnette Harris there to clean it up and get a bucket. But unfortunately the Panthers have to foul and put area vets to the free throw line. Veteran player from Croatia, national player for their Croatian U of 18 team and U of 20. She comes from a pretty athletic family with both of her parents being professional basketball players. Her dad was also a national team coach.
Area events puts Miami up by 9. Harris trying to work quickly for the Panthers, but ultimately going to be too late for Pitt as Strickland scores as time expires. But the Miami Hurricanes get their first ACC win of the season, 74-67 the final, Brianne.
Yeah, all credit to Miami. They changed this game in the second half. Pitt Panthers were doing a very nice job on the defensive end, playing that zone, but Miami found a way to get it done.